All right, we are just coming in, just catching the end of that first race of slalom round number 3 here in St. Peter-Ording. We've got on the course, do we have a heat list for these guys out on the water? We had a clean start, I think 7 guys in the race.
All right, so now we're just across the finish line. We've got Florian Gruber, Gunnar Binyash in second, and in third place, I believe we have Capel again. So same order as in round 1, and then we've got on the Cabrina a Spang coming across the line.
So that was the same 3 guys who finished in the top 3 in that last round?
Yep, so there are no lead changes in this one, so the same 3 guys are going straight to the final.
All right, that fly surfer's still out. That is, who is that again on that fly surfer? That's Kappel.
That's Kappel.
And that thing is pulling like a truck for him.
Yeah, and he's on a twin tip. He's one of the, I think, the only guy to advance that's on the twin tip and not on the race or special slalom boards. He's on a big twin tip with a dagger board.
That I don't understand why a dagger board really comes into play on this course. Do you have
He
any
needs
idea?
well, he's not using it on the course. He's using it to get to the starting line.
Okay, gotcha.
Our starting line is probably 300 to 500 meters offshore. So to be able to make the start, you need to be able to go upwind pretty well or 10 to 11 knots.
So he's on a big old, basically a barn door. What do they call those things? Yeah, like the door is really flat, kind of broad, planing surface, twin tip with I think 6 fins, including the dagger board. That would be 7. So a little bit of a variety of equipment that's still being used here in the slalom. It's gonna be interesting to watch how the gear evolves over the progression of and the development of this discipline, as most of these guys doing well are all on directionals.
So we've got the next
5 guys over the line on the start.
on this.
Or was that a bad start, or that's just 5 guys starting? We're waiting to hear from.
We need to get confirmation from her.
Okay.
Okay. So we have no over early. Just we have 5 guys starting at the same time.
Okay, so we've got
we've got a tight battle there, huh?
Who do we have in this heat, Antoine?
So we've got Adam Whittington, we've got Castell, Norman, Smith, Christensen, Rizig, and Brabitz.
All right, Brabitz from the U.S. Is that?
No,
okay.
Brabitz.
I was thinking Brobrick. There's a freestyle guy.
Brobrick, yeah.
Who was?
No.
All right.
No, but it looks like we've got Castell in the lead. We've got a really tight heat in this one for the top 3.
And that's Ozzie Smith right there on that air rush, right?
Yep, we've got Ozzie.
And Zico is Castell.
Castell.
Where is Withington?
No, it's not. Yeah, Whittington is there.
Okay.
He's on the ozone. Whittington is on the 17-meter ozone.
Okay, so ditching his ASV kite for a bigger kite, apparently. So all these guys on their biggest gear at this point. We still had consistent readings of 10 to 11 knots out on the course prior to the start of this race. So we are seeing, definitely raceable conditions. So these guys are making the best of it for sure. But these are definitely pretty decent racing conditions. I know a lot of these guys would be happy if it would bump up a few more knots. But these are definitely worthy conditions to be running a World Cup race in.
Yeah, we've got Castell in the lead. He was pretty upset after that last final where he crashed and did not finish. So he's going to be...
But there was no DSQ or...
There was no. It was confirmed it was actually his fault. So, and it didn't alter the other racers' race. So there was no DSQ or just letting him race.
All right, well, you can see the sun is dropping here. We're kind of getting a little backlit conditions here shooting out into the North Sea. It is about 5:25 here local time. here in St. Peter-Ording. And we do have plenty of time, basically. The sun really doesn't go down until about 11 o'clock p.m. here, so we've got plenty of daylight.
Yeah, pretty much we could be running racing from 5:30 a.m. to 11 at night.
Yeah, this is true.
I think it might be even earlier than 5:30, maybe 4:30.
Yeah, the sun comes up around 4:30, as I'm usually up around then, doing my morning routine of 500 sit-ups and 200 pull-ups, jogging about 10 miles. But Zico, Mr. Castell, seems to be doing his homework because he's riding exceptionally well.
It looks like he's getting better every race.
Yeah, consistently improving and edging out Mr. Withington, who's been really focusing on the slalom discipline here.
Yeah, beating Withington is no small feat, huh? That's
impressive riding from. How old is Mr. Costello? He's about 17, 18, isn't he?
No, 16 or 17.
16.
Yeah.
Okay, so really a young rider. Adam Withington, I think, is a 22, 23.
Romain just lives actually a block away from me.
Does he really?
We live in the same neighborhood.
Where are you residing right now, Antoine?
I'm in the south of France, in La Grande Motte.
La Grande Motte.
And so I see that 17 meter from my house all the time.
Okay.
It's actually funny to see him race now.
I bet. Well, that's Ozzie Smith from South Africa coming in third, correct?
That's correct.
All right,
so they're going to be the top three advancing.
Top three again. So we might see a repeat of our final in the second round. Looks like in fourth here we've got, who's this coming over the finish line here?
I'm not sure which one it is. It's either Norman, Christensen, or Rezig.
All right, it's big fly surfer, but you can see one of our female competitors right there, Hannah Whitley, checking out the action beachside, looking exceptional in her, sporting her bright yellow tank. It's kind of like a fashion show here, as we do have the world's best kiteboarders here on the beach in St. Peter-Ording. You can see a nice pulled back shot of the competitors area. It looks like they've roped off the crowd a little bit more today from the other days, but it is definitely pretty busy here throughout the week. With the weekends, we saw thousands and thousands of people. I couldn't believe how many people were here. It's just unreal. Even at night, the parties don't really start going till around 10:30, 11, 12, and on into the morning. So amazing event that these guys managed to put on here.
It's really great to have. We have 134 registered riders. In the freestyle, we ended up disqualifying a few, and looks like the race is underway.
The race is on. We just missed that start. We were just gabbing, but that looks like Julian Kerner and Brian Lake. Is that correct?
That's it. That's correct. And Marcy, the Italian on RD, is in third, or it could be Kerner in third, but
I like it. These heats are just kind of back to back. We've got pretty consistent action here. If you are a race fan, this is the place to be right now. Watching it live on the live stream here from the PKRA.
So we've got in the back, we've got a Baumeister on the Ozone. He put up a 19 meter. So it looks like he's getting some speed, and somebody just crashed, so he's in fourth. Right now, last time he finished third, and this time let's see if he can catch up to Marcy. He's going fast.
So Brian looks like Brian rounded in the mark first and overtook Julian.
Like we said, there's no need to get too aggressive in this race. If you're first or second, you know you're going through.
Right.
The guy that's got to be careful is the guy in third place, because you don't want to. If you lose that
lose
spot, you lose your final.
That's
and
right.
It looks like Baumeister is pushing up the back. It's off your camera. It's off the camera right now, but
there's that rounding that buoy.
Yeah, there you can see the two kites are coming into your screen, the RD and the Ozone.
And this is the real battle, folks. Third and fourth. Third position makes it into the finals. Fourth goes home.
All right, so he's right on his tail. I would say he's about 30 meters behind. Maybe a kite length. Alright, this is where the pressure's on.
Lake is just screaming, but Carnair looks to be closing that gap ever so slightly. But I think he is making some headway.
Look at in the back. If you can see the two kites in the back. That ozone is a 19 meter, and they're going pretty much downwind, and he's getting a slight advantage.
Definitely that extra couple of square meters is helping him out, as I think he's making the pass right now.
Yeah, he just got him. Let's see how he does around the mark. Because the light wind turning a 19 meter is not easy.
And he's down looping it.
He's still up, no crashing.
And Lake still sitting in a solid first, followed by Julien Carnair. That's them right there, backlit, the men in black. It's easier to see them by their kites at this point with that sun direction. But that's probably going to remain in the standings here, and as these guys are approaching the finish line, wrapping up race 3 of round number 3.
And this is going to set up the same final again.
Yeah, we are going to see a repeat of the final, which is no surprise. Really, we've got some pretty consistent riders.
Baumeister just had a pretty amazing race. He started up in 5th, had a pretty bad start, and he made the right call by putting up that 19 and made up 2 spots.
This is actually getting me pretty fired up. I would love to take a rip and go head-to-head with some of these top guys. Where I live, we do have a slalom series that we ran last winter, which was pretty good. Actually, Adam Withington, Brian Lake, and Julien Carnair were both participating in that at some point. So, fortunately, I was not on the race course this year much, dealing with a nasty eye infection. Kept me out of the water. But
that's what we call TMI.
Too much information, but I'm sure there's some people really interested in my water time this winter. But if you're not, I apologize. But we've got what's up with our ladies?
So we've got yellow flag up. We're 1 minute from the start from the ladies' final.
You can see we got a lot of our riders down there on the right bottom shot corner of that shot with the playing some volleyball. Our freestyle guys pretty much having a relaxed day, just chilling, playing volleyball, skating the skate ramp, making the rounds, hanging out in their sponsors' booth. So if you are going to make it at some point this week.
All right, so we're 30 seconds away from the start. We've got the girls are lining up. Looks like some of them look pretty early to the start and having to slow down a lot.
So this is our women's final. Women's trials, semis, quarters, and finals happening right now on the course.
So far it's been Boninger and my Russian
Tatiana
is easier to remember than Sisioeva.
I
butchering names.
I've been butchering names this whole event, Antoine. But such is the case.
All right, so they're off, and looks like we've got a clear start with Boninger in front and Tatiana in second. No surprise. The battle there is in the back. It's going to be for 3rd place with Christine, Bremer, and Lutz.
Yeah. First is that fly surfer.
So remember, everybody's saying one mistake and you can lose your spot. So jibing is critical, and jibing in 10 knots is not easy.
And all the ladies seem to be making it around thus far. No problem. There is. Ooh, it looks like we've got someone overtaking Boozy.
Yeah, looks like there's a battle. We're not sure which north it is.
Battle for 3rd and 4th right now. Christine Boozy versus the young lady on the green, that green north. I'm not sure who she is.
It's either Bremer or Lutz. So
both from Germany. So it's the battle of the Germans in the for 3rd place right now. I know Christine really wants to stay in this final here. She's been finishing solidly in 3rd. See if she can hold on to that third spot.
Well, that's close at the mark, huh?
That's
They're right after one another.
some really nice. Ooh, and looks like
Did the north go down?
no, there she's still up. She's got her kite a bit higher. Christine's a bit lower, and
Those lines look really long, no?
Christine seems to be getting a bit of a margin on her, moving out in front a bit, widening the gap, but we've still got a couple buoys to go.
Bonniger still in first at the third mark. Tatiana in second, Bozy third, and the green north in the back. Let's see if one of those norths can make up some ground. Oh, I just saw
Someone going down. Was that Boozy? Boozy, I think.
No, I think it was the north.
Okay. Ooh.
Everybody's up.
Ooh, everyone's up going. Boozy's having little kite stalling issues, and the green.
Yeah, between the third and the fourth mark, it's the biggest. Oh, looks like there's a bit of kite contact.
Ooh, it is a little light. Look at these ladies working their kites on this downwind.
Yeah, this is
reach.
where the long lines could work. Look at the fifth place is coming up too.
Fifth place is closing the gap. Boozy's just managing to hold on, but really not having a consistent board speed. Really just getting this pulse of power as she dives her kite. These ladies are having a tough go on this last reach, and it looks like the north kite is just pulling out just ever so slightly, but it is a tight battle.
We've got the sun wreaking havoc on our autofocus here a bit.
Is not.
I think we've got the. It's hard to see, but the north looks like is in front. We still got one more mark to go.
Those ladies are rounding. It looks like we've got our first place finisher pretty locked up solid on that flexi foil. And that is who? Bonniger?
That's Bonniger. Christine Bonniger. Tatiana
Sosieva from Russia.
In second, and the battle for third is, I think we've got a north in the lead.
We've got a north kite edging out over Christine Boozy, German superstar. Can she do it? I know she wants to do this. She's got a lot of friends and family and fans watching, I'm sure. And it is down to the wire. Can she do it? And that is Tatiana right there crossing. Hopefully our cameraman gets on the real battle, which is for third and fourth, but it's looking like the young lady on the 17 north is going to be holding it all the way to the finish line, but it is still close. Christine is closing, but I don't know if she's going to be able to do it, and it looks like she's not.
Yeah.
Christine Boozy just getting ousted and finishing in fourth place just ever so slightly. Really close contest between those two ladies. Unfortunately for Boozy, that's going to end her climb here in this round. Well, that was the final. So
that was the final. We're going to get a confirmation from our race crew as to who was in. It was Sabrina that was.
Sabrina overtook her.
The German champion.
That's right. She. You can see one of our sponsor, Yeva, right there. Someone's stocking up the cervezas on the fence there. Probably partake in one of those after we wrap things up. Jever, nice German beer, one of our main sponsors here, including a number of other sponsors, Volkswagen, InTouch, Bundeswehr, Kimsey, MTV Mobile, Lufthansa, Multipower, Pringles, Friends of Frozen Yogurt, Vitamin Water, Coca-Cola, Vita Coco, LST, Kite Forum, Kite Life. Lots of people coming together to make this event the raging success that it is every year, and it's Sheer is no different. It's quite an amazing event, and I'm definitely fortunate to be here.
So the men's final, all the racers are back out. We're go into sequence pretty soon. I can see all the racers are out.
Looks like we've got a little bit of time. But in the meantime, let's take a quick break, throw to a little reel of our sponsors and supporters, and come back with more action here live from the Beetle Kitesurf World Cup in St. Peter-Ording, Germany.
Just one more.
And I said, still, that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat.
All right, so we're back with our men's final. Is that right?
That's right. This is our third final.
Culmination of the past three heats, whittling down those three riders from each heat.
Exactly. So we've got Florian Gruber, we've got Bignash, we've got Capel, Adam Whittington, Roman Castell, Oswald Smith, and then we've got Brian Lay, Julian Kerner, and Baumeister. So this is going to be a tough battle. We saw the last one was won by Julian Kerner. But I'm sure Brian Lake is the other favorite, so we're going to see a pretty good battle up front again. And then the rest, the battle for third is wide open. I'm going to say first and two, it's going to be hard to catch the Julian and Brian, but for third place, Florian was looking solid, but...
It could be Florian, it could be Adam Withington, it could be Castell. I mean, Castell has really been putting on a great
riders
performance.
are approaching the line.
See if Forrest can get on that start a little bit more. These guys are packing up. Let's listen to the radio.
These guys look like might be a bit early, huh? Somebody's slowing down. All right, normally you're not allowed to change your course in the last seconds.
And looks like Gruber out of the gate, pretty strong. Julian Kerner, Ozzie Smith as well. It's just too tight of a pack. We're just going to see who's going to make it around that first mark.
That looks like Kerner. Kerner might be in front. Yeah, Kerner's front. Baumeister's up there. And then Smith. All right, this is going to be tricky here on the mark.
Wow. Look at that. Kerner rounding first.
There's 7 kites coming around the mark at the same time.
That is intense action. If we get away without any tangles, I will be surprised. But
Look at Lake is already up there, and Castell is up there too. You're right.
Yeah.
You called it.
Yep. Field has spread out a little bit with Brian Lake in second place, Castell in third. Looks like Ozzie Smith and Adam Withington, I believe.
And I think Baumeister is in
You're
fourth
right,
with his 19 meter.
Yeah, that kite is really paying dividends for him.
Give you an idea of kite sizes. We got Kerner on a 16, Lake on an 18, Castell on a 17, Baumeister on a 19, and then the rest are 15s or 17s. Actually, all 17s. Gruber's in the back after that last race. This is slalom, huh?
Yeah, he had a decent start, but I think we had a big mix-up, or just things kind of changed after that first mark. If he kind of took it a little too wide, or didn't.
Let's see. Look at this. Look at Brian. I think Brian may have taken.
Brian's going for it. Julian. This is where Brian Lake is known for being just an amazing competitor. Is just making a move at the mark and really just putting the pedal to the metal on the downwind. But it looks like Julian is keeping it.
But look for third and fourth, we got Baumeister repeating what he did in the last race, coming up from the back. And looks like he might get Castell. Oh, this is fun.
This is fun. You know why? It's because we're here watching the action live, and it is in your face. And these guys are putting on a great show. We've got a lot of good competitors. I love these finals where you've got the top guys just concentrated in one balls to the wall heat.
I think slalom is going to take off in the next few years. It's so much fun, so competitive.
Looks like we need.
I want to race.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, looks like we got Kerner coming in.
Kerner with a solid lead right now over Brian Lake. But no surprises for first and second. Kerner really taking a solid rebate from his performance yesterday.
And I'd say this light wind is playing in his favor. Huh?
Yeah,
it's not
definitely.
Brian is still up there, but if it gets a bit windier, Brian's going to get pretty fierce. And look at Baumeister.
Baumeister's just blasting. We got a battle for fourth and fifth. Unfortunately, that doesn't make too much of a difference. But Baumeister.
I know, because money's all the way to fifth, huh?
Okay.
So at the end of the week, look at this finish.
Oh, look at Ozzie and Baumeister. Oh, and I think that Castell just got him by a half a board length. Right there.
From this angle, it looks like, but we're not the official angle. We're pretty close to it, but man.
That was a real photo finish. And looks like Biniash crossing right now.
Biniash and Capel is last, and we had Gruber coming in fifth and sixth.
Wow, quite a race there to wrap up that round 3.
Yeah, that was intense.
That was. I'm sweating. I mean, I feel like I just watched a marathon of cops.
And I think these races are just going to keep better and better as they get to. They know they're learning the lines and learning how each other ride. And
well, what I'm really looking forward to is some heats and some real strong conditions. Because it just adds to the excitement when these guys are out there on 9-10 meter kites. Things happen a lot faster. They don't have to move their kite on the downwind so much, and they're just kind of holding on just by the skin of their teeth, so to speak.
Looks like with the wind forecast, we're going to have a building wind all day tomorrow, and we'll get some slalom in and some wind before we switch over to freestyle.
All right, you've got to see if we can get a little bit of this feed coming in, but Finally, the computer decides to switch. But let's get back to Julian. He's getting interviewed right now on the beach. Probably tough to hear what Julian's saying, but he's just doing a little bit of an interview. We'll try and see if we can get one of our top three here at least in the booth. It would be good to hear from them. Maybe we can grab one of these guys as they're putting their kites down, and I think we're probably going to wrap it up for the day for racing. What do you think? Do you think we're going to do another round? Or
I think it's getting a bit light. I haven't heard from the race director, but guys are coming off the beach.
Do we have any rules about how many rounds we can run in a day?
I believe we're
allowed to run up to 3 or
four or six. I've got to check the rules. It's 4 or 6. We got different rules for slalom and racing.
Right.
But we can definitely at least do 2 more, if not 4 more. Julian there, you can't see him, but he's got a big smile on his face.
Extremely happy. See if we can
get him in here.
Get him in here for an interview, but he's he's still connected to his kite, so I don't think that's going to work too well.
Okay, no, he handed it off. All right, he's going to come in here. I'm going to give him some room.
Hear what he has to say. He's going to be dripping wet, but that's quite all right, as we're going to be able to hear from him if we can get him in the booth. Let's see if we got this shot coming to Julian. How's it going, buddy? Congratulations.
Thank you.
Give me a hand, but yeah, big improvement from yesterday. You must be happy. How was the conditions out there?
It's very light, but I'm super happy because 2 days ago I'm disqualified in the final, and today I win 2 races, and now I'm first at the overall. Okay, it's perfect.
First overall,
but it's very, very close with Brian. Brian go fast.
Yeah, he almost had you.
I'm better at driving, but he go fast.
Right. How about when the wind conditions pick up a bit? Do you think you're going to have a little bit more of a hard time, or you think you're equally as strong as Brian?
I think Brian is better when it's windy.
When it gets windy?
Yes.
All right. Well, we'll
my condition.
Yeah. Well, these were your conditions, a little bit light. What size kite were you on?
16 and Brian 18.
Okay.
But with my weight and his weight, it's a compromise.
Yeah, for sure. So, well, congratulations. That was a great performance.
Thank you.
Everyone at home was just thrilled to see you come back from yesterday. So we'll let you get back out to it, and good luck in the next round.
Thank you.
All right. So there you have it, folks. That was Julien Kerner here in the booth. And, yeah, that's fresh out of the water, dripping wet, and super stoked. You can hear it in his voice that he's really happy to making it such an improvement after yesterday's disqualification. So congratulations to him. But what do you think about that last final?
That's kind of what slalom is about. That's kind of what I was expecting, and it's really fun. We're seeing lead changes, and guys are aggressive. And in this format, we can let them race.
Right.
You know, they're not going to rely on a disqualification, on a redress. They're racing. And all these guys love the critical start, high speed, turns, and very few rules.
Very few rules. That's the way we like it. But I mean, it's really going to be interesting because we do have such a long window for this event, 10 days, and usually we see such a broad variety of wind conditions. So I'm really got my fingers crossed that we can get some strong winds for these guys to, just kind of have that balance of, we've got Julien Kerner, who's quite light and probably stronger in these light wind conditions, and then you've got Brian Lake, who's clearly, very strong rider when it gets windy.
Lake in 20, 25 knots, he's a machine. He trains in San Francisco, where they get those kinds of winds a lot. Mm-hmm. So. And he's impressive. He's fast.
Yeah. And, we saw Castel, the young French kid who was, I've never, I hadn't heard his name. I haven't seen him at too many events. So clearly he's been focusing on his riding, and these conditions seem to suit him quite well also. Also, Adam Withington, he's going to be a contender as he kind of fine tunes everything and kind of gets up to speed. He did have a little bit of a tough time, but
I think
strong 4th place finishes, 3rd place here and there. So he's going to be one to watch as well. So exciting action here from the beach at St. Peter-Ording. It's been an amazing day of slalom action. If you didn't get to be with us, we got through 2 rounds of slalom, both men's and women's, and just finished that last men's heat of the day. I'm pretty sure that's going to wrap it up for
everybody's
racing.
coming off the water. Wind's dying.
We've got fading wind, and race committee is coming off on the water. So I think that's going to be a wrap for the day. What do you think?
I think tonight's a wrap. It's time for some
Yaver.
Some Yaver or Jiva. I think Yaver, that's in Mexico.
Yever? Yever. No. Well, regardless, it's been great having you guys with us. We hope you enjoyed the racing action. Do stay tuned to the PKRA webpage for updates on when we will be going live. Forecast-wise, tomorrow is looking like we're going to have more race conditions.
Building winds. So in the evening, it's look like 18 knots. 18 knots is freestyle. But I think we're going to start with racing, and whenever it gets suitable for freestyle, we'll switch over to freestyle.
So that could happen late in the day. It could be one of those days where it just kind of sticks to the racing conditions. But just going to have to tune to our Facebook page and our Twitter feed at Pro Kite Tour. And that's where you're going to find all the latest and greatest information on what's going on for the day. So in the meantime, we do appreciate you being with us, and we'll look forward to seeing you guys again tomorrow. So from St. Peter-Ording, Dave Tyberski with Anton Jobert signing off for the day. Stick with us as we'll be here all week. See you soon.
Just one more.
Hits its brakes and pops trunks, says this you got to see. I got chains and diamond rings, 8 tracks and LPs. Do you like my merchandise? Said still that ain't for me. Just give me the beat. That's all I need. Just give me the beat.